Monday Night Raw took place tonight, and you had the show being built around the legends and what happened last night with the angle with Randy Orton. You had Ric Flair, yes, at his age, after he just had a bit of a COVID outbreak in WWE. He's in horrible shape. They have him on TV, along with Big Show, Christian, Shawn Michaels, come out individually. They introduced Drew McIntyre, and he hugs each guy, says how much of it's an honor to share the ring with them. He wasn't expecting to see them last night, but they got their revenge on Randy Orton. They all show for the same disdain for Randall Keith Orton, and they all joke that it was Ric Flair's idea. Orton appears on the screen, says it wasn't over until he said it was. If he thought he went through hell last night, he didn't know how he felt, and it's clearly they're going to go to Randy and Drew in Hell in a Cell. He says there's going to be a price to pay. McIntyre wasn't feeling great about last night and wanted to be a fighting champion. Issued an open challenge to anyone who wants to fight for the belt. They go backstage. You have Kayla Braxton interviews Lena Vega. She calls her a poor sport. And Vega wants to prove herself tonight, and Asuka was not ready for her. Asuka showed up and was amused by this. And then you had Asuka and Selena Vega. That was it. This was pretty much over in 8 minutes. It was alright. Selena gets a little bit too much offense. Like she did last night, she got too much offense again with Asuka. But eventually, Asuka would win. She gets an Asuka lock after Zelina misses the moonsault. And it was weird because Asuka held on to the hold, so it was like she was a heel after the match. You had Ric Flair, Big Show, Christian, Shawn Michaels playing poker in the back. We know something crazy is going to happen. After a break, Andrade was in the ring as Vega was on the ramp. Andrade said Vega was nothing without her and she is superior, so he upset and left. And Andrade says Vega and Angel were weaklings. And he issues an open challenge. It's Keith Lee. Keith Lee crushes Andrade, and this is not good for Andrade, losing to Keith Lee. I mean, it's a good thing it's still Charlotte. She can save him. Or save, his push or whatever, but I don't see him doing much here. They replayed, I don't care if they are truths, if I have to skip that. Seth Rollins approaches Murphy in a horrible promo. They had the King's Court with Jerry Lawler. Jerry introduces the Mysterio family. Ray told Lawler that Rollins couldn't keep his own house together, so he's going after his. I don't know what that means. It means him and Becky having problems? I don't think so. It says Rollins is evil. Lawler notes Rollins was lying about the paternity test, since we didn't actually have papers, but we did see. They show Leah's reaction. Ray called her naive. She admits she's upset what happened with Ray. The exchange showed Murphy apologizing to her again, and they showed the screenshots of it. Ray's upset. Aaliyah says Murphy wasn't like Rollins and storms to the back. Right angle. Ray and Angie went after her. Murphy confronted Rollins and grabbed him by the shirt as Rollins chuckled. Dominic flew in and attacked Murphy. Referees break it up. They announced it's Dominic and Murphy later tonight. Natalya and Lana entered. Lana wore black and pink gear. Natalya thought Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler should be stripped of the belts. Pierce interrupts, and he wasn't going to strip Nia and Shayna, but he said they were going to earn a title shot. And against the newest accusations, which are Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. And as Dana, I guess both are on Raw now, so I don't know why they couldn't just wait for the trade, but Mandy and Dana against Natalya and Lana. This was very average. This was a very average matchup, not very good. Mandy, Natalya, and Dana get the win, so I guess they're going to get a push. I don't mind them getting a decent title reign. I always thought Mandy and Sonya would be tag champs, but I guess that's never going to happen. But I don't know if we'll ever see Sonya again, but we'll see what Mandy does on Raw. They have Aleister Black cut a promo on Kevin Owens, I don't care. Street Profits approach Christian, Show Flair and Shawn Michaels, and they're playing poker together. KO defeats Aleister Black. Not much of a match by DQ. Didn't give a shit about this match at all. Aleister Black's a bum. He failed. He's never going to get over much. I feel like it didn't work out for him, to be honest. Hurt Business walks through the back. They run into Mustafa Ali. You had R-Truth against Drew Gulak here to Tozawa. He retains a 24/7 title. Then they go backstage to show Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, and their tag team partners, and they're happy. And then they had it was a weird segment. They all looked at each other in confusion, the three women. You have Murphy against Dominic. This was very average. I, again, don't care about this match. I don't care about half the guys here. This didn't work for me. I thought this was okay. I just want this to be over, the show, to be honest. I didn't care. You had Hurt Business cut a promo. I didn't care. 6-man tag match: Apollo Crews, Ricochet, Mustafa Ali defeat Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin. Very average, not much of a match. And they're still playing poker after 2 hours, the longest poker game of all time. They shouldn't have just done this in the middle of the show, then they play poker. Because I just thought, fuck, no one plays poker for 3 fucking hours. Anyway, they have a Bianca Belair video package. It's kind of like Mr. Perfect, that's what I think. She beat some dude in some track meet, so it's like she's a great athlete. It's kind of like that's what I'm starting to get vibes of Mr. Perfect. They are Retribution video package. Drew McIntyre beat Bobby Roode to retain the title. Bobby Roode comes back, of course. Roode coming back is pretty cool. I don't mind him coming back. I think it's alright. Yeah, he's back, but I don't think he'd ever get much of a push. Match was alright. McIntyre gets the win. I'm pretty sure they had a match in next with McIntyre. Yeah, McIntyre's the one that beat Roode in the Ice era. Debuted the night after, or actually the same match, but yeah, McIntyre beat Bobby Roode in the next year. I remember reviewing the show like 3 years ago. It's like it was ages ago. So before the show ends, they show the guys, they show, they cut to the back and they show a shot of the building, the building cleaner that was seen earlier. Randy Orton, he grabs a chair and unmasks. It's Randy Orton. Orton put on night vision goggles and entered the room where Flair, Christian, and Shawn Michaels were hanging out. He turned the lights off so we couldn't hear him. Apparently he's attacking everyone except the camera person. And once Orton shows the light back on, reveals the damage done. The legends are all down. The food's all down on the floor. Orton left the room, put his mask and hood back up. A bunch of officials ran down the hallway into the legends room. Orton had his back turned, which was enough to fool them. They knew something happened, but it was Orton. So, I guess they could have just done this thing where Orton was done with the legends. They got their revenge, but Orton gets one up on the legends again. Hopefully they don't bring them back. That should just be the end of it. But I guess it sets up, Randy and Drew again. And after this with Randy, he gets back at Christian, Shawn Michaels, Big Show, Ric Flair. It should be it. It should just, we don't see those legends anymore, and they just go to Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell. And Randy Orton should beat Drew McIntyre. If he loses to Drew again, that just sucks. And I guess they'll just go with Drew. He's probably going to WrestleMania if he beats Orton again. But I would have Randy beat Drew at Hell in a Cell, beats him in the cell, and then Randy goes on. Probably should hold the belt to Mania, to be honest, but it's clearly we're going to get Randy Orton battling Drew McIntyre in the cell. And last night I wasn't so sure about it because how they beat Orton so decisively. Now I am positive you're going to get that Hell in a Cell match in a few weeks.